slightly less luxurious form of transport now, but one that's very important and functional for many of us. They're used for 5 billion journeys every year to shop, work or study. But bus services outside London are in crisis, according to campaigners.
Yeah, councils across England and Wales have cut their budgets by a third since 2010, and that affects thousands of routes. And as always, it's the young, the less well-off, and those living in small towns and villages who are said to be the ones who are suffering most. Here's our transport correspondent, Richard Westcott.
Time's running out for many of our buses. They carry 3 times more people than the trains, yet thousands of council-subsidised routes have gone in recent years.
Frome, please. Thank you very much.
Well, this is the 267 late-night service from Bath to Frome, and it's one of the services that's facing cuts across the country. In fact, come September, the funding for this service is going to run out completely. Most of the passengers on this bus are young, like Holly, who works late in a restaurant, and Josh, who goes to college in Bath. They can't afford to drive, catch the more expensive train, or move house.
It's a really, really big deal because you just can't find the same opportunities in a small town like Frome. So being able to travel daily and nightly back from Bath, it's really important to me being able to earn enough money to live independently.
How much longer have you got potentially going to college in Bath?
Just under 3 years.
So how are you going to get there for the next 3 years?
Well, I won't be able to if they cut it, so I don't know what I'm going to do.
Bath and North East Somerset Council says other authorities should help fund the service because the passengers come from different areas. First Bus has helped keep it going for a few extra months, but in reality, unless a campaign can drum up more passengers, the late weeknight 267s will go. It's a story reflected across much of England and Wales. Campaigners say nearly 3,000 council-subsidised routes have been slimmed down or dropped since 2010, 500 of them last year, when 2/3 of local authorities cut their bus budgets. First Group run 1/5 of the buses outside London, which is where these cuts are happening.
We want to carry more customers. That's how we are successful, is how the communities we serve are successful. And when we are criticised for bus cuts or whatever, we do take it hard. We only ever withdraw a service as a very last resort, but of course, very often at the moment, services have been withdrawn because it's reductions in local authority funding.
Councils say that years of cuts in government funding have forced them to ditch routes. A new buses bill will soon give them more powers to improve services, but back on the 267, passengers know that once their bus disappears, it almost never comes back. Richard Westcott, BBC News, Frome.